been noticing the last few days, maybe even week, it's been so painful in my head and just body. Whenever mind is engaged, just feel the beauty and richness, even healing of silence and when the mind surrenders to this silence, it's like, ooh, so yummy, so nourishing, so restful. I spend a lot of time alone because of this, because it's just so delicious to be quiet. And I also have fun, like when I go and sing and perform with people and laugh and hug and connect. But unfortunately, we've all really learned to connect through mind. Ego. And it gets exhausting to just do that. But I love when it's just touch or laughter and play and just really aliveness moving through the body and sharing that with people. It just reminds me of when we were kids, and that was our natural way of being together. It was so normal and natural to just express and be here and move and dance and scream and blah. It's just so beautiful and present, and there's no need to do anything or get somewhere. Then we became adults and we really bought into the fear of needing to control and manage our lives. We couldn't play as kids anymore. We have to be fully in charge, so it seemed. To some extent, that's true. There's a obvious responsibility that comes online when you grow older. It's not the same surrendered life of a kid that knows they're being taken care of. And yet it is the same, because you are being taken care of. You just think that you're doing it. Yeah, so really this silence, this life, this is so funny. I don't know if you've seen my older videos where these were full balloons. This is like almost a year old. It's just like so shriveled and hilarious. I don't know if I can take it down. It's too funny that it's like dangling right behind my head too. This is what I mean, just like ridiculousness of the moment. Like, things don't have to be serious or mean anything, or you know, to get stuff and achieve stuff all the time. And if we do need to, it's like it's happening. It's life is doing it. Life is taking care of it. So we can relax this extra energy of mental grabbing. It's what the ego does. It's just like grabbing this tension in the head that feels like it's the controller. I always picture like a little monkey with controlling bars, like levers. And we think we're the monkey in there somewhere, like, okay, I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna go here. It's not like that. Look, see if you can find that little monkey or that little you. It definitely seems that way. I mean, gosh, it's so compelling. We've bought into it for so long, just the thoughts that believe they're in charge. And then so much energy gets used up in the body from that. What are these little hairs creeping over? Just expends so much energy, this belief that you have to manage and control your life. And God forbid, if you don't, everything will fall apart and you'll die. And so it's really feels serious. It feels really serious if you're not meeting that fear of death that's running the show. And if we look close enough, we can see that there's just the fear, and then there's thoughts about control and management that are responding to the fear that isn't being felt. And if we're living in the thought, then they'll just keep going. They'll just keep cycling. And that all takes energy. It takes energy for the body to shove the fear down. Just like believing the thoughts, just it's like putting a lid on top of this boiling pot. This boiling pot is all that fearful energy of like, no, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And then we call that anxiety when we're like gripping, like pushing, no, keep the lid on, I don't wanna feel this. And then thought, I can do this, I can do this. And no wonder we have chronic fatigue syndrome and viral overload and autoimmune disease. I mean, it's just, of course, that's so much energy. Imagine your whole life is this, pushing on a lid of a boiling pot of energy and just trying to keep it away. It's just the only way is to let go of the lid, let go of this one that thinks it's controlling and holding the lid down. And then there's fear, and it's felt. It's uncomfortable, but it passes, and you find out it wasn't actually a problem. And really, it's just energy. It's really just aliveness wanting to be felt and moved. And this is life. This is just life, energy. And that same energy that we're calling fear and we're pushing away and not wanting to feel is actually the thing that wants to make your life fun and do the things that you're scared of. So the thoughts are all about like, what's going to happen if I don't do XYZ today or tomorrow or this week, and if I don't take care of my life. Meanwhile, the energy that you're pushing away is wanting to take care of those things. That's the big joke. That's the big irony of we're trying so hard to avoid the thing that's actually nourishing us, that's actually wanting to support us and give us life. So when we label things like fear or anger or sadness and has this negative connotation, I don't want to feel that, I can't feel that, it just actually feeds the lie that it's something bad and wrong and shouldn't be here and it's scary and you can't handle it. This underlying belief like, no, I don't want to feel that, it's uncomfortable. It's just life. It's just life energy. That's all it is. There's nothing here. There's nothing. The energy that we're calling fear is made of the same nothing. There's never been anything other than this one thing, which is nothing and not a thing. And the energy even isn't anything, but we can call it energy as to call it something. It appears to be moving. It appears to be this aliveness that's appears to be creating life and objects and events and time and all of that, which aren't really happening, but it, even in the appearance of it happening, it's really just energy. After I had my first awakening, I can't remember if it was after the first or maybe after the second, don't remember, but my visuals started being like I can see the dancing particles of energy. So it's all like bleep, 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 vibrating, and nothing is actually still. It's just the mechanism of the mind that creates this illusion of stability. It's like a really high technological function of the brain that it can create stillness and stability in objects, but nothing is still. Everything is so alive, and the more sensitive you become, you feel it, and that's what we call bliss. It's this vibration that is you. That's what you are. Everything is made of this vibration. And it's so pleasurable because if you've ever like used a vibrator or had anything vibrate, you know, it's like the yummiest. It's like bzzz, cells are just so awake, and it's just so pleasurable to feel who we are, this alive vibration moving. And it's like, it's so subtle, and it's not this like huge thing that I think the mind wants everything to be big and obvious and loud, and that kind of is how the ego operates. So it's missed, and even if it's felt, it's not really honored. It's like, yeah, whatever. The mind goes, yeah, whatever. It's I have shit to do. But I have to make money, so who cares about this vibration? But it's really not only so pleasurable and peaceful, yummy, delicious, it's it's your life, it's your whole life, and it's creating everything. So from this peace, this deep rest, this bliss, this beingness that you are, everything is created and born, and things get done, and they get done so much better and nicer, and things happen that you wouldn't have even known to have done just from your mind, from thought. Just magical things happen, and it's coming from such a deeper, richer place of your truth that maybe your conscious mind isn't aware of all the time. So yeah, it's just, I mean, why would you ever not want to feel that or live like that? I remember thinking once, like, the way I imagine total happiness and like enlightenment would be is like always this gentle hum or song, like this, your favorite sweet, soft, nourishing song playing in the background of your whole life. Like this hum, this vibration. And as someone who loves to sing, it's like, of course I would think of that as being the best happiness of life. It's like, that's why we love music so much, because it's vibration. Sound is vibration, and it feels so good, and it's resonant. It resonates with our being. And it's just, when it's in alignment, when it's the right key, it's just home. It just feels so home and nourishing. So why would we not want to be in touch with that? And it's here all the time. It just takes being quiet and letting the mind rest. And even if the mind is busy, even if the mind can't rest, it's just noticing what is already quiet, what is already at peace, what is already whole. Even with the mind being busy. But usually when we notice that, the mind does start to quiet, starts to surrender, because it's way more fun. I hope you can rest.